Today we're going to figure out if this alien footage is real.
You help decide. Well, welcome back to Mixed In. Thanks for stopping by. This particular episode, we are going to see if we could, with our own thoughts, maybe you can help us decide if this alien footage that we're looking at is real. And being that we've been playing around with a little bit of, some CG and looking at how it's done, we're trying to see if we can kind of see any flaws in this. Yeah. Because this looks pretty compelling. Yeah. So we have three little clips of video to look at.
Yeah, 3 little clips that I found on YouTube, and they look pretty cool. I mean, there's thousands of real alien footage on the internet. Some of it is fake. I mean,
they're always going to show.
You got the ones where it's fake. They claim it's real, but it is fake. Mm-hmm. It's fake, and they claim it is fake because they're just doing it for fun. Then the third one where it's people just do not know.
Yeah. Oh, they're putting up fake footage and they really want it to seem. They really want to sell it that it's real. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we can spot that stuff, and but sometimes it could be fake, but you're sold that it's real. Yeah. But let's see what we got. So here's one. So we're going to show you right now. Yeah. We're going to look at it at the same time and go.
Yeah. So this is supposed to be, what was it, old Russian or
I think
whatever
this is
footage.
Russian, right? They blocked out some stuff.
Yeah. So
this is about 1940. It says it's between 1940 and 1965. I think this is.
So up there you see the spaceship flying.
And some people would say, well, that looks like a blimp. But here's a top view of it, and that ain't no blimp.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a blimp anymore.
The shaky camera footage would be, he's trying to track it with this little cheap camera he had, nice. and that looked like it was a crashed saucer and a decomposing burnt alien
on the ground.
Wow. And it looks like
an alien autopsy body.
Yeah.
Going on.
Very. If that was fake, then wow, they really did a good job of all of the let's look at it again.
Yeah.
It really looks like actual film to me.
Yeah. Well, normally when people try and remake old footage like this, all the lines and bumps and whatnot, they're going to have that in there, but then it's going to repeat after a while. So
and we're looking for it to repeat, and I don't see it repeat exactly.
Not really. Not unless they really took their time making it and they've had all kinds. But there was a repeat there.
Well, that could be also because the way the film is exposed when they make it. Wow. And you see a timeline down here going on.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking at that, and I don't see anything that says that it's fake necessarily, unless it was some guys doing some super duper good Hollywood techniques. But what gets me is let's play it again.
Okay.
What gets me is the timeline on the bottom down here where it shows the minutes and all that kind of stuff. And now I know that you could reproduce that, but it looks like it's flickering with the same flickering as the film exposure every 10th frame or whatever it's doing, and that looks really accurate, Mm-hmm. And some people wouldn't think to. Yeah, some people wouldn't think to pay attention to that when they're making the video if they're trying to fake it.
Unless they did. Unless this is fake and they did a really good attention to details. Mm-hmm.
And so what's your opinion on that? I mean, when you see it, it's like it could easily be fake, but what if it wasn't? But what do you think just from looking at it?
It's hard to tell. I mean, I definitely am not going to up and say, hey, this is a fake video. It's obviously fake. This one, I really don't know. Mm-hmm. But the thing with all these videos, right, is I will probably never be 100% sure that it is an alien video, because the one thing I hate when people look at a video and they're like, oh, I can recreate that better. Well, of course you can. With today's technology and movies and special effects and whatnot, you can recreate anything you want to. So, unless I was there videotaping at the time, is when I'm going to be 100% sure.
But, sure.
But this one,
being face to face with an alien is going to help.
Yeah.
But we can't
looking
tell.
at that, I can't really say if it's fake or not. I mean, if I had 7 years of college experience, understanding film and whatnot, I'd probably go.
I guess where I'm at on it is I'd like to believe that was real and that there was that was accurate footage, because there was a lot of people that said that they saw something like that. So
here's another one. I think it's supposed to be the same time frame and whatnot. So 1942 to 1969.
Okay, and go. So we're looking at here is there were 7 videotapes. And this is a little bit of one. When I see this, it's pretty interesting, guys.
Yeah.
So this was a 180-minute long tape, but now here's just a little snippet that they were able to extract.
Yeah. So here's the alien. It looks like during an interview or something.
And and I was saying, I've seen like when you watch Jim Henson and stuff, working with puppets, it's like, wow, he really does a great job working with, making it look lifelike and all that. But it's a puppet, you can still tell. So if somebody was operating this like a puppet, wow. And William just paused it.
Yeah. So right here is where I want you to look at it, because this is what I saw that kind of makes me think that it's not CG or anything like that. And that's going to be the shadows right above its head. So it looks like they're on some kind of measuring device to see, like, to document how tall the alien is. And if you're looking at the shadows right on it, as its head's moving around, the shadow follows it. And through my experience of working with us and the My Games and stuff like that, shadows are very difficult to work with. And that was, if this is fake, they did an excellent job on it, I think. So
let's continue and look at the rest. So, I'm noticing the blinking eyes. And you know what? Before I hit play again, William said, it's true. When people say that they're, face-to-face with aliens, they always note the eyes being big and all that kind of stuff. And all those features are here. But they never say that they saw it blinking. But I was thinking, well, maybe it's because that alien is trying to do some mental telepathy with you, because apparently they don't speak with their mouths. And so maybe when they're in that little state to do that, they don't blink, and so they never did see them blink. But this guy is just standing there, just not trying to do telepathy. These guys are, having an interview with them, and, there was a trade of information. We'll let you in on some flying saucer technology and stuff in exchange for, I can't remember what the exchange would be, but so he's blinking, and just look at the way he blinks. It's like that would be hard to do, probably easy to do with CG, I guess, but that would be hard to do if this was back in the 40s, to do this with some kind of puppeteering.
Yeah.
So I hit play again. So I don't know what that looks
like.
Let's look at this again. Yeah, I don't know what that is. They're showing.
Must be like a shadow or something.
Maybe that's scene. I'm gonna hit play again now. So, the alien to me looks amazingly realistic, and I was noticing when they panned to his fingers, how I counted 4 fingers total. 3 fingers and a thumb, and noticed the really long, skinny fingers. Mm-hmm. And people have said that's when they describe these little grays, that's what it looks like.
What kind of cuts me off guard, though, is there's the blinking and the muscle
like
movement.
Yeah, there's muscle movement, yeah.
And that right there
is... His hands move and his shoulders move. Yeah. And it's like, that is either a little man with a great big mask on, but I just don't buy it, because that was tiny little neck.
Well, look how long his arms are.
Yeah, and his fingers were moving. Yeah. The muscles in the forehead to blink the eyes. Yeah, that's just amazing. So, my thoughts on it is that it's that I'd like to believe that that's real.
Yeah, but it's a little weird though. Like when you see him move, like he has a weird movement going on there, and it just, because I've done that animation too, where I have a character doing something, and it just doesn't look right. It doesn't. Don't know what he's doing right there. It's just kind of like a weird movement.
Well,
so that's the one thing. It's kind of like
sort of just moved his arm forward. He's probably pointing at something. Of course, they have got longer arms. Look at his fingers are down past his knees.
Mm. So if this is fake, I would definitely have to say it is CG. It's not a puppet or something like that, or somebody in a costume. But with the whole shadowing thing, I mean, the shadows are awesome on that.
Yeah.
So that's another one right there. I'm definitely not going towards fake. I think that one is closer to the real side.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so we have one more video.
One more.
So I'm going to start this one right now.
So this one is the newer age. Camera is moving around as if, they're holding it by hand.
Yep.
And you see a spaceship. Looks like it's on a hill next to a valley.
And to the left of the spaceship, notice that little tiny white figure. There's a little tiny alien man there. He's kind of
doing whatever he's doing.
He's like talking about hey, there's a dent in the ship. You dented my ship.
Yeah.
Probably talking about the other driver. You're supposed to watch where you're driving.
Yeah.
And then I've got the sound off here, but apparently you're going to hear the engine warm up. And
yeah.
Yeah, and the lighting. If this is fake, they really got the lighting to look realistic. The sky light shining on that and the shadows under it. So the little man got inside.
Yeah, should be going here soon.
Right.
Boom.
And he drops the camera down.
Yeah.
Looking at the ground, and then
we're looking at it again.
Clicks to the shot there where it's hovering up there in the sky. Now, what I have a problem with, guys, is that if I was standing there with the camera and I was looking at this thing, and I'm like, surprised that they don't see me or whatever, and I'm standing there and I'm holding this camera on it, and suddenly it took off, what would me and William do? We wouldn't put the camera down, aiming at the ground, and run toward it. I think that we would pan up and try to make sure I can still catch where it went.
Yeah. Because I know there's no way I'm going to catch up with that spaceship and continue to record it. So I'm just going to use the camera. Obviously, he has it handheld, so he's going to look up at it and try and follow it. But instead, he brings it to the ground. And we have a theory on that, why it does that.
Yeah, I think that the guy had it on a tripod, and he was faking it, and he just was filming that area and was going to CG in the spaceship. And as he didn't think it through, but he took the tripod and ran with it like under his arm, and of course that makes the camera look down at the ground. And but he didn't think through it how we would really document something like that. We would pan the camera up to catch it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think it's fake, because he did an excellent job of CGing that flying saucer there, and with the light and the sound. The other thing is, a lot of people notice on some other sightings that I believe were people talking about their sightings. There isn't any not much evidence of the saucer, but they said they never heard a sound. The things are somehow miraculously silent.
Yeah.
And so there wouldn't have been this electronics engine sound, and it takes off. It's like, I don't think that there was any. I don't think this is real.
Yeah.
So it looks amazing, and we could be wrong. This could be real, but
but we're going towards no.
Yeah, I'm going no.
Yeah, because through my experience of editing, in order to put a fake spaceship in there, if he was hand-holding it, then you'd have to motion track it. Now, unless you have a damn good motion tracking editor to be able to get that to stay in there nice and centered, the best way to do it is just have your camera stationary, and then afterwards add a shake to it as if you were holding it handheld.
Right. And so he was making it look as if it was handheld by having it pan back and forth kind of randomly.
Would add a little bit more truth to it, saying, hey,
it would look realistic.
This is real. This isn't.
But I could tell that he had it on a tripod, because right when it took off, he picks it. It seems like he picks up something, and the whole system goes down to look at the ground. Why would he do that if he was running? It's like you could still run with the camera in front of you. In fact, why run at all?
If you were running with the camera, it would be doing this thing, not looking straight down. You don't run like this.
Yeah. Why run at all? He should have just aimed the camera up to try to catch where it went.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it's cut to the scene where he's looking at it up in the sky. So I just think he was trying to be clever.
Yeah.
So that's
good editing. Great editing.
Yeah.
By any means, whoever made this. It might be one of those ones where he didn't want it to go out there and be like, hey, look at this real footage, maybe, I don't know. Or it might have been, I'm going to do my best to make a realistic looking video, but still claim that it's fake.
Right. By the way, guys, we got some our Mixed In coffee mugs, and if you want yours, just go to the Mixed In store. And I have a link to it in the description. And there's T-shirts and jackets, and there's even a thermos and an iPhone case, either in white or black. And get yours today. Help support Mixed In. Get yourself a coffee mug or a jacket or a T-shirt, or
some girly boy shorts.
Underwear, and they're pink. You might be able to get other colors. I haven't.
Yeah, no, I haven't even looked at it either. I guess we should do that for research purposes only.
That's right. And stay tuned. At the end of the show, there's going to be a link to the Mixed In Overtime. And so thanks for watching, guys. And tell me what you think in the comments. Which the videos you thought was real. Yeah. And maybe you agree with our assessments. Or maybe you have your own.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. See you on Overtime.
Hey, Chris! Hey, Chris! Hey, have you seen my robot? The yay big round, no? Okay.